In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I've been able to print $110,000 per month selling info with this webinar system. And so I put together this big old Miro board showing you the exact step-by-step process. And chances are, if you clicked on this video, you are one of two people, right? You're either a growth operator, an AI operator, or an info product agency owner, however you wanna call it, who wants to scale their creators past that golden 100K per month. Or you're a content creator or online coach and want to scale your info product to 6 figures with your team, right? And that's key here, because if you actually want to get into webinars, you're going to need a team. And so either way, what I'm about to break down will show you exactly how I run my webinars that prints 6 figures every single month for my own clients, regardless of the niche, right? Whether it's fitness, real estate, the make money online niche, or relationships. This webinar system works in any niche. And so today I'm gonna give you my entire system so you can copy it, grasp the core fundamentals, and start implementing it for yourself. And so why are webinars so insanely effective right now? And when is the best time to run them, right? It's important to know this. And the first reason is so that you can actually educate and build trust fast, right? Webinars let you show your expertise live. Your audience gets to see your knowledge, personality, and authority all at once, which builds trust faster than any pre-recorded content or ad. Second, it pre-qualifies buyers automatically, right? Only people who are genuinely interested show up. Plus, you can run the same system weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly and actually scale predictably, right? Which can oftentimes be pretty difficult with the VSL funnel. The third reason is because you can sell multiple offers at once, right? Webinars give you the ability to present a full suite of offers in one session. Whether it's an upsell, cross sells, down sells, everything can be pitched strategically all on the same webinar as long as people show up. Next is you can actually close high ticket offers on autopilot, right? One webinar can easily generate 5, 6, or even 7 figures depending on the offer and audience. And if you've ever heard of the 7-11-4 rule, webinars are by far the quickest and easiest way to accomplish this, where through the pre-launch, the launch, and the post-launch process of your webinar, you can get people to watch 7 hours of watch time, 11 touch points, and expose them to your content on 4 different platforms, all in one sitting, right? And this is extremely important to actually get people to convert. And so when is the actual best time to run them? Basically, webinars work best once you have a validated offer and a large audience that actually trusts you. It's not gonna work if you're still testing out ideas or starting out from scratch. So it is definitely a little bit more of an advanced funnel. Webinars are essentially a revenue machine that educates, qualifies, and sells all in one session. And the best part is you can implement this system in any niche for any type of creator or info product business. Next, I'm gonna show you exactly how I structure and run these webinars so they consistently hit 6 figures for my creators, no matter what niche. And so before I dive into this structure, let's take a step back because some of you might be wondering, what exactly is a webinar, right? At its core, a webinar is a sales presentation with an actual strategy behind it. It's about walking people through a problem, breaking their limiting beliefs, providing them genuine value, selling through your mechanism, and then positioning your offer as the obvious next step. And every high converting webinar is built around these 3 core elements. Number 1 is the vehicle. What is the system, the method, or framework that makes the result possible? What is the story of the coach or creator so the audience knows why you're the person they should trust and actually buy from? You need to build authority to properly convert on a webinar. And the last one is the belief system, reshaping how the audience thinks so they can actually believe this vehicle can work for them. But here's what most people mess up when it comes to this. They end up turning it into a lecture, right? People don't want a college class. They want clarity and a clear next step. They pitch too early, right? If you sell before actually building belief in the vehicle, you're gonna lose the room and you're gonna lose a lot of trust, not only on the webinar, but with your future audience as well. And the last one is just running it too often, right? When your audience sees webinars every single week, they stop feeling like an event or a free masterclass and start looking like a sales pitch, right? And so once again, you really do not want to burn out your audience with this. So what exactly is my proven webinar system? This system is dangerously profitable. With just one 90-minute webinar, we were able to cash collect 53.1K for one of my creators and book 35 qualified sales calls, right? And we ended up doing it once every 2 weeks. And here's the crazy part. This was in a broken niche, right? They weren't the most qualified, they weren't even the warmest, but it still absolutely printed. And yet the system still pulled in those numbers. And so with that being said, I do recommend only running webinars once per month. That is the most effective way to run them so that you can run them month after month after month. That way your audience sees it as a valuable event and not just another big old sales pitch that you do every week or every other week, right? And so, like I said, it's super important not to burn out your audience. So you're probably asking yourself how these webinars actually look, right? So let's get into it. The first step is obviously you need traffic. You need people to actually show up to your webinars, whether it's organic traffic or paid traffic, right? So obviously organic would be from places like X or Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or your email list. And then if you're gonna do paid ads, you can do paid ads on Meta, TikTok, and YouTube. You can drive people to go to your opt-in page where they can register for the webinar, right? So your opt-in page should have a clear headline. It should have a timer, right, of a countdown to the date and time of the webinar. Have a CTA to register, a button right here, and then let them know what you will learn, who is the creator, so build some authority, build some trust, build some credibility, show testimonials of the results that this creator has been able to get for other people, and then make another CTA button for people to register. And so this is exactly how your registration form and your opt-in page should look like for your webinar. From there, once they do that, you're gonna wanna redirect them to a thank you page where you take them to a simple YouTube video or thank you video. And the goal here is really just to keep nurturing your audience and educating them and building more and more trust so that they're as warm as possible when they show up to the webinar. From there, you'll want to give them the actual webinar link to join the Zoom meeting at the time of the webinar that you decide. From there, obviously you got their name, number, and email address, so you can start hitting them with email and SMS sequences before the webinar. So this is super important to continue to nurture and educate your prospects and actually make sure that they show up to the webinar. So you're gonna wanna send them confirmations of the webinar, send them the links, of course, and then keep peppering them with emails and texts on why they should attend, why it's valuable, more case studies, results, and then build urgency and curiosity. So I recommend about 2 weeks leading up to it, one email and text every other day. And then the week of the webinar, I honestly would be sending one out every single day. That's why if you're just running these once a month, you can actually run it this way to really maximize how many people show up and obviously maximize the conversion rate. So next, you're probably asking yourself, what is on this damn webinar, right? And so I'm going to get into it right now. So you push, on the day of the event, obviously you push people to the live training. On this live training, it's gonna be hosted either on Zoom or Webinar Jam. I definitely recommend Webinar Jam as it's a super, super powerful tool and it gives you a ton of data and insights as well. Obviously on this live training, it's gonna be the creator and the prospects that show up, and you guys are gonna be reviewing that vehicle that's gonna help your prospects get from their current situation to their desired situation or goal, right? And taking them to that finish line. So once the webinar is done, there's 2 ways to actually convert people from webinars. The first way is to actually sell to them directly on the webinar. And with this, you should aim to have about a 5% conversion rate for mid-ticket. So anything from like $500 to $1,500, you can pitch directly on the webinar and then drop a link in the comment section of the webinar and they can click it and then just purchase it directly, right? And this should be your target KPI. But if you're selling high ticket, you're gonna still want to price drop. and let people know who will be qualified. But you're still gonna need to collect payment, hand any specific objections that they didn't get answered on the webinar. And so with this, obviously you're gonna need to point them to a booked call. And with this, you're gonna want to aim to get a 10% booking rate for those high ticket offers. And then from there, of course, cha-ching, cha-ching, your webinar printed, right? And don't worry, I'm going to get into exactly the slides of webinars, but first you also need to think, great, we converted these people, but what about the non-buyers, right? So for the non-buyers, if they showed up, but they didn't buy, we're going to want to obviously have our dialers call them up, ask them what they thought about the presentation, and try to actually convert them from there. If they still don't purchase or book a call on the calendar, we can point them to the low ticket offer that we build out for our creators, either on Skool or WOP, right? And then if they didn't show up to the actual webinar itself, we're gonna make sure to email them the actual recording and actually have them watch it. And then we'll do the same thing. From there, we'll have an actual appointment setter follow up and call them, and then try to get them either on a call. If they don't want to call, then we'll just push them to the low ticket as well. So we're trying to convert as many people as possible. So what is on this webinar? So for the webinar slides and framework, you should aim for it to be at least an hour, in my opinion. Don't listen to this. Anywhere from an hour to 90 minutes. And let's break down what the actual webinar structure looks like, because this is where most people mess up. If you nail these slides, you'll take people from being skeptical to fully bought in without ever feeling like you're forcing the sale. And so first you need to start off with a strong hook, right? Making sure that actual people are interested to stay and watch the rest of this webinar. Just like any piece of content, right? You need a strong hook. From there, you're gonna start getting into their pain and how to help them overcome XYZ problem that they're currently facing. Then you're gonna wanna start teasing. At the end of this, you will learn XYZ, and then get them excited and getting them back into that dream state, telling them and reminding them of their dreams, their goals, and their desires. From there, it's really important to actually build authority and demonstrate why you're the best with actual case studies, results, and testimonials from people that you've actually helped, and obviously your own results as well. From there, you need to get their commitment. You want them to really use what you're showing them, right? It's actually super important. So you want to remind them that they need to take action on the things that they're learning on this webinar. Next, you're going to want to help provide them a paradigm shift, right? The one thing that changes everything for them if they understand it, right? So help them overcome their limiting beliefs and change their paradigm about the way that they view XYZ problem and solution to make sure that they're bought in on you and your solution. And this is really key. And for this, you just pretty much need to come up with like a unique selling point or a unique mechanism about whatever it is that you do. Next, you're gonna go into the actual vehicle, right? What would I focus on if I had to make the most people successful at XYZ offer? Here are the 3 to 5 areas: what, why, how, right? And so you need to get into the vehicle and the different pillars that will actually get people from their current situation to their desired situation, which is their goals, right? And that's basically what your offer is gonna be about at the end of the day, right? But you're presenting it to them in that way, so you're getting them fully bought in on the webinar. Next, you're gonna wanna get their commitment again. So repeat this step. You want them to really use what you're showing them, right? Once again, actually physically ask them and get their commitment on the call. So you can tell them like spam dubs in the chat and things of that nature. Next, you're gonna wanna transition, right? So you need to recap everything, kind of let them know like, okay, this is everything I showed you today. Now you understand XYZ and you know how to do this. And this helps you kind of tie everything together and transition to the actual offer, right? So then you're gonna wanna drop the price and make a call to action. Next, you're gonna want to handle all objections and put a bunch of bonuses together of what they'll get if they buy today. And all of these bonuses are basically like things that are overcoming their objections subconsciously. So a lot of times people are like, for real estate, right? They'll say like, I don't know what state to invest in. Is like, As a bonus, I'll include the best 5 states to invest in as part of my package, right? As an example. Next, you're gonna plug in a guarantee, right? To make your offer a no-brainer, right? You need to guarantee results, whatever those results are. So if it's fitness, you guarantee that they're gonna lose 10 pounds or you'll keep working with them for free, right? Or things of that nature. For it's real estate, it's like, hey, I'll help you buy your first real estate property. Whatever the case is, you need to have an actual guarantee to make the offer a no-brainer. Next, you're gonna wanna build scarcity by injecting a bit of urgency. And the way to do this is to either put a set quantity or end date for your offer. So either it's like, hey, this offer only lasts for 7 days, or maybe there's just limited spots, right? And if you're going to do this, make sure to actually stick to it and don't do fake urgency. So if there's 10 spots, please just only actually sell 10 spots, as fake urgency will also end up burning your audience. All right, so what happens when you plug in this webinar system? You basically kill 3 birds with 1 stone. You maximize cash collected, you book a wave of qualified calls, you sell multiple offers at once, you build authority on autopilot, you warm up your list, and you create predictability. And so that's why this system is dangerously profitable. It's not just about making sales, it's about multiplying leverage across your whole business, right? You're selling an offer and going over 1 presentation, but you can be selling to 50, 100, 200 people all at the same time. And so instead of trying to get, 200 sales calls, you can just sell 200 people all at once. So it's extremely high leverage. So here's the deal. If you want to actually run webinars that hit 6 figures, you don't have to figure it all out on your own. That's exactly why I actually built a free school community where operators get access to everything. These exact templates, scripts, plug and play systems, and the exact tactics that we use inside of my growth operating agency to scale creators. So go ahead and click the first link in the description if you want access to this entire template. I'm gonna put it in there. It's completely free. And of course, the community is 100% free. But if you're serious and you want personal guidance and you want to actually scale your own agency or info product to 20K per month, we also offer a one-on-one partnership where I work directly with growth operators to help them hit 20K per month in 90 days with 1 to 2 clients, guaranteed. Now, this isn't for everyone. It's a high ticket and hands-on, but for the right person, it's a complete shortcut to scaling your business. And you can check this in the link in the description as well. So as always, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.